time to be contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Oh boy, we're gonna get hated on again. AMD just launched their newest 1080p gaming graphics card, and it's been met with some pretty mixed reviews about its price to performance ratio. So we're gonna be kind of controversial here and say it's not actually for gaming yet. Yep, this is a mining card, plain and simple. 30 mega hash at just 55 watts puts the 6600 XT miles ahead of any mining card so far in terms of hash rate to a power efficiency ratio. But while a certain other company is focused on crippling their gaming graphics cards' mining performance and then cutting into their yields to make future e-waste mining specific graphics cards, AMD hasn't done any of that. Now, up until this point, 6000 series graphics cards like this 6900 XT here haven't been that great for mining because AMD cut back the memory bus to save power and then used the infinity cache to pick up the slack in gaming. This causes a memory bandwidth bottleneck in mining. So a certain 5700 XT is actually better in mining than a 6700 XT because the 5700 XT has more memory bandwidth, plain and simple. The 6600 XT, however, doesn't need a large memory bus to get the job done. It has a tiny, small, efficient die to begin with. It might be small, but it gets the job done. It can only do so much. So running it at full speed, it can efficiently chew through calculations while never having to wait on the memory, just like the past mining king, the Radeon 7 with its HBM2 memory. Next up, I wanted to talk about the price because boy, some people are upset about it. And I mean, some people, pretty much everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and softly try to justify the price, while also pretending to be upset about it. Right now, as you should know, GPU prices are about as fake as the memory on a GTX 970. Yeah, on paper, this versus that, you might know a guy who got a 3080 at MSRP, but most of the time, GPUs are either being scalped by somebody who bought it purely to sell it on eBay, or an AIB partner is strapping a $10 cooler on it and selling it for $200 over MSRP anyway. In either of those cases, there's a decent chunk of change that's going to somebody who's not AMD. Arguably the person you would want to make the most off of that part, because at least that money is going into future R&D and not marketing on your 5% overclock. I'm looking at you, MSI. At this point, we could talk about how it's mostly better than a 3060 and slightly worse than a 3060 Ti. But honestly, that doesn't matter in this made-up market. So the price is $380, and with everything going on in the world right now, I'm surprised that they even bothered to make it that cheap to begin with. The ultimate bottleneck here is TSMC. Everyone is using TSMC to make their products. Everyone except NVIDIA. So when you're stuck fighting everyone over precious 7nm frisbees, you gotta be smart. And what's smarter, a mediocre GPU or 3 Ryzen CCXs? Obviously, you choose Ryzen because the yields are better and you can make more Steam Decks. Check out all of our Steam Deck content. We've made quite a bit of it. Let's be real. AMD doesn't want to make this product. They want to make more Ryzen dies, 6900 XTs, and PS5s. Hindsight, I'm amazed that they aren't just printing more bargain bin RX 580s. Can you imagine reselling old GPUs? Like, imagine selling a GT 730 in current year. But even if they did make more garbage bin Glofo RX 580s, it would probably cost more because of tariffs, inflation, and people like Ford and GM also fighting for table scraps for their heated seat modules. Obviously, they have to make this part. They need to stay relevant in the market, and they need to keep Intel in their place. Let's be real. They could sell this card to you for $200, $250, whatever you wanted to hear. The thing is, you're not getting one at MSRP. Ethereum prices are on the rise again, and human malware is making a comeback, and that GPU isn't gaming. It's crunching numbers and burning dinosaurs. Anyway, sit tight, homies. This will be your card eventually, at a decent price. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but one day Ethereum will go proof of stake, and then that PCI 8x 5% regression performance on PCI 3.0 won't feel so bad, because we'll be looking at PCI 6.0 cards by then anyway. What about PCI 5.0, you say? What about it? I don't know. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of hate for justifying the price of an overpriced mid-range graphics card in 2021, but unfortunately that's just par for the course. We're not saying we like it, it's just unfortunately how things are right now. There's nothing stopping them from lowering the price in the future, but as long as Ryzen is the best-selling CPUs, don't hold your breath. Anyway, feel free to leave us a thumbs down. Any interaction helps us. Let us know in the comments what you think of the current situation. Have you gotten a new GPU? Do you feel comfortable with the price that you paid for it? Get subscribed for future controversial tech opinions. And like always, we'll see you next time.